I like water, and I'm also nervous, as you can tell. Alright, good afternoon. As you all know, I'm Brad, and I play planes. Some guy we all once knew always said, "Wildcats, you have great school spirit and school pride, and you look sharp." Today, even though we're done with our sharp uniforms, here we are dressed the same one last time. We've waited 4 years for this moment, and it just wouldn't be right if we didn't take a selfie. So, first time I ever used one of these. I think I got it. Now, in all sincerity, it's truly a great honor to be able to stand up here and speak with you all on the last day we'll be together. Think about it. We're all free from this day on. No one can tell us we have to do anything. Except pay taxes. You still have to do that. Which means you have to have a job and a home and some more education. Let's just move on and treat that like everything else in high school and put it off till it really hits us in the face, because today is our day. Our day to thank our supporters who we couldn't do without, to reflect on our accomplishments, and to talk about whatever else I say we're going to talk about. Now, I promise to try my best to avoid as many of the cliches as possible, but don't hold me to it if I just get a little sentimental, alright? So, first things first. In a long list of people we should thank on this day, our parents should be first on that list. They were our first teachers. They have been there for us through all of our struggles and our achievements. And they're the ones who enabled us to become the next graduates of Hayden Catholic High School. To all the parents out there, we are truly thankful for all your support and your love, even though we didn't always show it. Thank you also to the rest of our families that have been very influential in our lives. We may not see some of you every day, but the bond and influence of a family knows no bounds. Also, shout out and thanks to the lunchroom staff at Hayden. I think we're all going to miss those mashed potato days. Finally, even though they have all heard this before, some many more times than they'd like to admit, I'd like to extend the thanks to the class of 2016 to our teachers, coaches, and administration. You have taught us, prayed with us, given us extra help and advice when we need it, and gone above and beyond your call as teachers. Our class had a bit of an interesting reputation coming into Hayden, but whether you were Coach Arnold getting the freshman boys into shape with box laps, or one of the 6 different theology teachers we had, you have all helped us grow and become graduates sitting before you. By the way, one of those theology teachers, Mrs. Liker, had a battle with cancer that began at the end of last year. Despite being told to continue recovering and that she didn't need to return this year, she proved once again the immense love and dedication that comes from the faculty here at Hayden by returning just in time to send us off in our last few months. Not only have we been blessed with some truly amazing teachers and role models, but the Catholic education we have received will leave a lasting impact on who we are. It's no wonder then that with all the tremendous support we've had, that we've accomplished so much as a class. We've hung so many banners and been awarded so many trophies that I really don't have time to talk about all of them. Like, seriously, Tommy, could you not let someone else win state just once? But as that guy I quoted earlier was saying, our greatest trophy goes to having the best student section around. Whether we were soaked with paint, ultra-patriotic, or launching confetti everywhere, we showed everyone just how close and supportive we all are of one another. And that's another remarkable thing about our class. Despite being so diverse, we somehow all share a connection to one another. I know I'm on the verge of being cliche, but we really are more like a family than you all think. There are times when we have all come together under certain circumstances, such as competing for the record of who can watch the movie We Bought a Zoo the most, or watching the Royals win the World Series, enjoying the senior retreat. And there are also times when we have fought, whether that was some freshman PE skirmishes, shout out to McLovin, a boxing match on the football field because we can, or something really scary and serious, like arguing over what the theme was for the next game on Friday. No matter what we went through, we always continued to come together. It was slow and we still aren't perfect, but we've all been through a lot together and we will all be different people because of the last 4 years that we spent together. So now what, you ask? What could this guy up on stage possibly tell me that I haven't already heard 1,000 times and that doesn't make me want to fall asleep? Let me tell you about the best piece of advice that I have ever been given. My grandpa, Charlie Buhler, has always been a man that I look up to. His love for others and dedication has always been a great inspiration to me. Since I was little, every time that I left his house, he would always make sure to tell me, as he did his 5 sons, to go out and do some good. It's such a simple little thing that he said. And every time I see him to this day, he'll make sure to remind me to go out and do some good. I'm telling you this because it is so simple, and because every once in a while, my grandpa's voice comes into my head, and I stop for a second and ask myself, am I doing good? The act of doing good is the most basic foundation for positive things to come in your life. It consists of 3 main ideas that we all know: loving God, loving each other, and loving ourselves. See, people can give you all kinds of amazing advice about doing good, like stay true to yourself, find your passions, and serve others, and these are great. But we all often forget the bigger picture of our actions. We all know right from wrong, but sometimes we forget to really think about if we're actually doing good with our time and talents. I'm sharing this with you because life is about to get a whole lot more complicated than we could possibly imagine. Life is going to keep moving faster and faster, and as Father Czars told us the other night, 10 years is going to go by like a blink of an eye. In that 10 years, and for the rest of your lives, I want you to all keep the words of my grandfather in the back of your head. Because times will get tough for us, and we all know that. No advice is going to completely prepare us for the future, but if we keep God close to our hearts, and always remember to at least try and do some good, we might have a good start. But right now is not the time to worry about our future all day. Now is the time to celebrate our moving on past childhood to the rest of our lives. Whether you go on crazy trips, stay in town, or work all summer so you can buy all the ramen you want next year, make the most of this last summer before growing up cannot be procrastinated anymore. Life will get tough, but that can wait another couple of months. Right now, we celebrate. But never forget when you leave these doors today to go out and do some good. The world needs it. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016.